quickly destroy the Archaeotech engine.
Nothing can be done hastily and prudently, Brother Barakiel.
So answers an apothecary.
I'm in place.
I am in place.
The Xenos are uncounted.
In position.
Waypoint reached. All die.
Quickly destroy the Archaeotech engine.
Nothing could be done hastily and prudently, Brother Barricade.
So answers an apothecary. Warning!
I'm in place.
I am in place.
The Xenos are uncounted.
In position.
Waypoint reached. All die.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Angry Badger Minis. Well, we're still rolling along with the Wraithknight projects. However, as I've done two, the other weapons are in the box over here. I decided to take a break on building them like this since I only have one more left that'll be built like that. And what I'm working on tonight, and have been for about an hour, let me pull this up for you, is I am building that piece that I told you guys about. This. With an Imperial Knight and from Dawn of War 3, the cinematic trailer. An Imperial Knight and a Wraithknight. And so far, so good, to be honest with you. I'll go ahead and go over some of the things that I've done. By the way, if you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, follow, comment, you know, all that good stuff. And I appreciate all of my new followers. Again, YouTube just refuses to tell me, so I just have to kind of, you know, take a look, and I usually do that before I get on at night, so thank you. First thing I'd like to cover is what I did with the, now this is all held on by yellow tack, as you can see, is the Wraithknight's legs itself. What I did to make the legs stay so close and everything else is, the first thing I did is I clipped off both of the key points that are part of the knee joint so that I could rotate this how I needed it to, up and down. I also clipped off the one on the inside of this thigh so I can move the leg in more. Gotta love it, man. Where I live, we have what are called stink bugs, and in the winter time they seek refuge in your house, and since I have a chimney, it's easy for them to get in. They're not harmful, but they are annoying, and they're attracted to light, as this one apparently is. Oh boy. Is this entertaining or what? And since it's kind of, you know, dark in here, this is the brightest light, so they're attracted to it. Alright, anyway. Yeah, so I've just got this held on. My goal here is, my goal actually is to make it all work on the Imperial Knight base, so that I don't have to build a big stupid thing, which I may still go back and do just for terrain purposes and things like that for the diorama, but for now, make it all work on this one base. And what will end up happening is when I'm done, they will be pinned in to this bait, to the knight base, and then when I just want the knight on here, because of, you know, how they go on here, I will unpin the Wraithknight, and the knight will already be on his base. Or if I need to repin him to a different spot. So, but I'll take a look at that as we get there. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure that I can get where I need to be. All right. So anyway, we cut off the little key knobs that were on each of the knee sections. I did not cut anything off here. Now this picture that we're looking at, let me see if I can show you guys. We don't have the greatest look of the picture. I mean, they don't give us the greatest, you know, detail, but this right here is the top of the foot, and as you can see, it's more out this way. So I believe that I have the foot, actually the picture that I'm working off of, this foot is raised more than this one is. It's not flat on the ground. Yeah, so that's how I started with that one, or did that one. So anyway, that's why that foot is up in the air like that, as if he's being knocked back, which he is. But back to what I was saying, I cut off the inside knob that was in here to the thigh so that I could bring the knee in closer, and that, you know, to really give it, you know, the look that we needed. It looks like in the picture, by the way I have this, if I line it up, that the knee looks like it's pointed out. It's not. The body is going this way, as the knight is actually hitting him from this side. and as you can see, the bulk of the knight's upper chest, almost I don't want to say 3/4, but well over half, will be on this side of the Wraithknight's chest, including the head, of course. So the next thing that I did is I got my little hobby saw out, and I cut, and I suggest doing this all at once, so that way you're not constantly bending your feet and messing around with them. The first thing I had to do was cut this one off. Now, there is an alternative method that I thought about after the fact. It was too late by then. Is I could have cut, I'll use this one as an example. I could have cut here and then bent it up, possibly, and that would have saved me. It would have given me a little bit more support and saved me from having to glue from underneath it, and using some zip kicker to give it a stronger point. Now, once all of this is done, I'll go back with green stuff, and it'll look like this stuff right here, the piping and the ridges and all that stuff. So that's not an issue. It won't even look like this. But I mean, you probably can't even really make that out even by the time I put dirt and everything else on it. But with these three, I did all three together, so that way at one time I could bend them down to give that push motion, if you will. And then initially I cut this before I did this, thinking I was going to need to extend the hydraulic, but I didn't need to once I did this. So I went ahead and glued it back, and I just did a singular cut to make sure that I would be able to do that if I needed to go back and retrace my steps. As you guys know, my signature move for the kneecap to make sure my knights bend is I cut out, the upper, the upper portion from the lower portion. Now, of course, I do this before I put the two halves together, so it's a lot easier to cut, and I suggest you do the same. And so, and then on the bottom of this, you see how there's this angle right here? And for those of you that have put see it right there, how it's longer here but shorter there, to give the knight the spread out leg appearance. Well, I just clipped that off with my clippers. You're not going to see that anyway. Once all the stuff is on and all that crap, I mean, nobody's going to be looking at that. And if it's really a heartache to you, can always go back in there with green stuff and and fix it. But you got to remember, this piece right here goes pretty damn well all the way around it. So you're going to be hard pressed to even be looking at that. So anyway, the next challenge that we had was, how are we going to get the thighs into the pelvis, since we cut off all of the and I apologize, I didn't cover that. So same thing with cutting this off. However, you definitely want to do this before you put these together, all right? Because it is it's too thick. All right. I guess you could use a hobby saw if you want, but man, you're going to cut off more. You're going to make more of a cut than you really want to. And I did it all with my, believe it or not, my dull blade here. And then once those were cut off, then I glued this together. So the question or challenge is, how are you going to get the leg positioned such a way in the pelvis to where he's leaning over, but he's not leaning over without this stuff in the connected leg here? Well, as you can see, I used a piece of sprue, all right, to make a makeshift deal here. I'm not too concerned about this rotating or anything like that right now. It's just a placeholder, but it's a skeleton to get this other thigh in the position that I need it. And what's cool about the sprue is, because of its squarish shapes or whatever, it lines right up inside the hole like I need it to, and it kind of holds itself. Now I glued that one, I'm about to glue this one, and that's about where I left off. And I want this little gap that I'm probably going to end up filling in with green stuff, or whatever. Let me back that off just a hair. But this is where I left off right before I went online. So I'm going to go ahead and get this glued, and then we will continue on. What I need to do at this point is make sure I hold the pelvis that way. And I'm not too concerned about this being, you know, like completely, you know, like, what you call it, actually I wanted that tilted in because his other foot is, it's like he's really throwing himself into it and the legs were kind of together, if I remember correctly. The other thing I want to do, I might have to do this off camera, we'll see. This is going to be one heck of a piece. And I'm going to tell you something. If you ever want to do something like this and you're just like, oh gosh, man, the amount of money that's, you know, that's a $150 model and the other one's $105, I don't know what they cost, something like that, $100 a piece or whatever. There we go. Listen, you're never going to be able to do this until you try. I've never done this before, but, you know, and it didn't take a lot of planning. It's just, if you have the mindset that anything can be fixed, then go nuts. You know what I'm saying? Alright, cool. So now, what I'll do, I mean, again, we can't really see, you know, what's going on underneath all that smoke and everything. Hold on. All under here. Is my, I don't even know if my cursor's showing up for you guys or not. Oh no, I'm looking at a screenshot. I'm not looking. You guys are looking at a picture, and I'm looking at damn something else. Hold on, let me change that out, man. Let's see here. Okay, not that one. No, doesn't seem to be working. Alright, well, it doesn't matter. You guys have that picture and that works. So, anyway, where the smoke is underneath, you know, all that smoke, which will not be part of the model most likely. I haven't decided yet because that would take up a lot of the detail. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll do it because of my OCD. I don't know. But as I'm looking at this, it looks like to me it's angled up in such a way like that for that leg. And then the other one, this one, oops, will be all the way out like that. And that's pretty damn good if you ask me. Now, if I really wanted to kick the angle out more, I could drop this leg a little bit more. Come to think of it, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. So we're going to drop some glue in here. Just a little bit, let it run down into the cavity there. Now again, I'm dealing with yellow tack, so one thing that I will have to be good with, or just, you know, not care about, is the fact that I might be off by, you know, an inch or two, something like that. Actually, I'm going to put some more yellow tack on there. I say an inch, I mean, like, you know, quarter of an inch or something like that on the angle. But then again, I mean, it's not like it's a standard, right? And the reason that this isn't, you know, put down is because I have to get the right distance as well. So let's go ahead and get this in there. I just want to check this again real quick just to make sure that I'll have enough clearance. I gotta watch out for this piece right here because I'm not going to cut it off. Alright, so we need to go over further than I thought. That's okay. That can all easily be remedied with green stuff. And this is where things like Zip Kicker really shine. There we go. So now that gives me plenty of clearance for this leg to be pushed up in there. I think. I want to check one other thing. Okay, so that's the back. I know I didn't cut this yet, but that's okay. Oops, wrong side. Gotta worry about the toes scraping the ground. I don't want that. Okay, so we can't see his front toe, but I'm looking at those three, and I can only assume that these are all down. So now you guys are gonna get to see me cutting this stuff. What's going on here? Alright, so first things first, since we want it down, all of them down rather, and this one's not going up, I'm using, I don't know if you guys can see that, hold on. So there are, in my mind, there's 4 main channels here, and I'm going right here after the first one. Okay, and I'll be doing that for all of them. And don't get crazy, just let the blade do the work. Nice and easy. And the reason I need this hobby saw is because this is a solid piece of plastic. Alright, so now you guys can see about how far we went down. I'm gonna wait, because if I start messing with that, I'm gonna have to glue it back on and zip kick it and all that stuff. As you guys can see, it takes no time, and again, that's a solid piece of plastic all the way through there. Okay, now carefully I'm gonna bend this. I didn't quite get that one far enough. I could do it, but I don't want to break it. I want it to be cut. There we go. Nice and gentle. And don't go all the way down, obviously. Okay. Now the next step, okay, so now I know this is the front toe, and in my mind the front toe is going to be just a little bit further. So now I'm going to put some glue in here, and the zip kicker is not only going to help strengthen that, but it's going to create a wedge to help keep it from coming back up. And give it some strength. Alright. It looks to me like these are really down. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay. Yep, nice and firm. That one will get there. It's not quite done. And now, when this is on here, this should give us, sorry, everything's sliding away from me. This should give us enough room for the legs. And if it doesn't, we can always make an adjustment. Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, so looking at the, okay, so yeah, this is elevated actually. Let's see that now. So this knee cap here is elevated and it's turned up and over like that. So that's good. So that helps us out even more. Yep. Okay. And actually, if I recall the video correctly, this foot may not actually even be on the ground. I think he like launched himself into it. You know what? Hold on, I think I might have the video. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think either foot is on the ground, to be honest with you. So that means that the Wraithknight will be the support element for all of this. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Bear with me here. Maybe I can get it pulled up for you guys too. Okay. I'm gonna move these knights out of my way too. Kind of in my way. Alright, let's see what we can see.
In the midst of battle, I shall have no fear.
Yeah, he's off the ground. Totally off the ground. And if you watch that foot, right, yep, it's right at the end. I wanted it to have that foot coming off the ground. Okay, so then it doesn't really matter at this point. What we need to do is raise him up, actually, and I should have noticed that from the knees at the level of these knees, because he's not high enough. I mean, at least by about, I don't know, about that far, maybe, something like that. So, what I'm going to do, let me see what I got here. What do I have that we could use? Oh, this might work. I don't know. Let's see if I can make this work. That's about as high as I want to go anyway. By the way, the smoke I was talking about was right here. So, I don't know if you guys can see that. Or, yeah, right there. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, that's gonna work. Alright, so we're gonna put this part on. And I have to cut it off to get this part to go in, so you'll get to see me doing that. Alright. Okay. Go ahead and speed up the process a little bit here with some zip kicker. Oh no! That's a lot of weight right there, to be honest with you. Alright, so since I don't really like that and I want this up even further, like that, we're going to change this. So that's another reason why I kind of put that on the end there, so I could take it off, hopefully. Here, let me just get rid of that. It's amazing how good that zip kicker works sometimes. Wasn't like that back in the day. There we go. Alright, not really worried about that piece in there, because we're just going to zip kick it back on anyway. We'll sand this flush ish, just enough to. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna bring it up. Let me see how I had that. I had it like that, or no, like that. So I want to bring it up even further, probably almost in line with that one. Just hard to tell. What I'm looking for is that this knee is lower than the other one, but now that I'm looking at that, I almost wonder if what I'm looking at is smoke and not the leg right here. I feel like that right there, because here's the knee and then that looks like the leg there, so that would mean that this leg would be higher. I don't know. Either way, it's gonna be badass. And I honestly think we're going to need that support with this leg on the ground. I don't know that this guy can really support all of that weight. That's a lot. Even if I run a rod all the way through there, that's a lot. Even, yeah. Alright, so let's tilt this up just to look at that. Yeah, we'll keep the thighs in the same realm of being lined up, and then we'll just kick that other the calf and all that out, or out and up more. Let me see if I can make this happen here. It's always a juggling act because I always make my life harder than it has to be. Might be time to get a new brush, just saying. Oops, my bad. Hell, I'm about ready to watch that again. It's pretty badass. to go. Well, I guess when I do this, what I'll probably do is I'll put like a rock or something. I don't know, we'll have to see how far up the chest is with the chain blade. I mean, it looks like it's kind of low coming up through, not straight through. And I wish, this could make you guys laugh if you're listening to this. I wish I had enough room to do all of this, including the knight that got cut in half. It's not that I don't have a knight that I could do that to. And to be honest with you, I'm thinking about doing this and just putting a magnet so I can put it back together. That's... oh shit, I'm getting crazy. It's probably going to happen. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm probably going to end up doing it. Alright, so we want that a little lower. Now I feel like I want just a little bit of a downward angle. I'm going to twist the thing just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Also don't want to block this because you have a cable from the pelvis that goes from here to here. Okay. No, you're falling over. Don't do it. It's on there crooked. This shows the commitment that an Imperial Knight is willing to go through. Because, I mean, honestly, by him doing that, I would assume that even though he killed the Wraith Knight, he would have still ended up on his face on the ground. So it makes me wonder how they get up. If that makes sense. Okay. Alright. So we got the legs squared away for now. So now we're looking at him like he is literally jumping. And if I just put a small rock there or something, that'll give it support against him going into there. So now we're going to do some things that we probably wouldn't do otherwise. One of those being we're going to start putting on all of the stuff back here first for him. There's nothing else really except for the crotch piece here and the back piece for that, so I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. But there's all kinds of crap for this. I'm gonna back up this video and see if they even had a banner hanging below their legs. Yep, no, that's not a banner. Oh, he does have a banner. Okay, yep, right there's the banner. Cut it! Eat shit! Yeah, he definitely launched himself in the air. I don't know, maybe we'll rework that. I can always cut that toe and put it back down. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Not right now. What I'll do is I'll run a post or something up into here that'll have him suspended. Yeah, that's gonna work. Okay, alright, we got that. So this is a lot of weight. It doesn't look like it, but it is. Alright, so let's get these parts that we need. It might fall over by then, I don't know. We need the banner, which we're definitely going to have swinging way back. We need the pipes. Trying to remember who goes where. May even have to cut these pipes and make them shorter, or see if we can bend them to make them drape differently. And we need the crotchal region. This is going to be badass. I can't wait to paint it too, man. I just got so much to do paint-wise or model-wise. I just don't want to start painting because I know if I do, I'll never get them put together. I'll be 90 years old with a warehouse of shame. Okay. Need all the little pistons. This guy has a ton more stuff on the lower section than the Wraith Lord does. There are definitely more little things to do than the Wraithknight for sure. I don't know if that was by design or what, but one, two, three, four. Okay. Yeah, I clipped off the wrong stuff. think about this here.
Dot. Beautiful girls here, heavy black heart.
Fucking stupid ass bots.
Dot. Beautiful girls here.
Okay. I think we fixed that nonsense. Alright, so I'm gonna clean this up. Why am I on mute? Oh, because I didn't put it on repeat. I may go back, to be honest with you, before I commit to this being done, because I want both of these to be playable. I might go back and magnetize this leg in such a way that I can rotate it, maybe, I don't know, or maybe this leg, I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe I won't do anything at all, and it's not like I don't have 15 knights, including this one, to put together, and it's not like I couldn't spare it, including the Wraithknight. I don't really need it. I just really want to show the modular ability of it. What are you doing, honey? Oh, thought you were doing something out there.
Ship saving 5 people out in sea and finding another life raft that didn't have anybody in it. They went to
Cozumel, Mexico, yeah.
Yeah. And other ships, cruise ships, found people also, which makes me think these are people, crossing illegal.
Yeah. Most likely.
But that doesn't stop the cruise ship from picking them up because they're just floating out to sea.
Well, they have to.
Sure. And then they bring them back to the States. And what do you do with them? Right? They get off the boat and nobody's there to detain them, right?
Well, I mean, they should. There should still be customs agents when you show back up. Even if you were an American and you went on an American cruise, you still have to.
What are they going to do with those people? Are they keep them in the ship?
No, they'll turn them over to customs. Customs will hold them till INS shows up, Immigration Nationalization Services.
Unless they're just like,
Oh yeah. With this administration, probably. I'm lightly bending, or I mean slowly bending these so that I don't break them off. But I still have to bend them to get them where I need them. Okay. The dog was like, I want to go to bed, open this gate. One of my dogs. One of three. So I don't know if you guys are able to notice that, but I didn't put it like it was hanging straight back. I put it at an angle because of the way that the body is flying. It would be going that way. The only issue is I mean you wouldn't see this, but I'd like to get it in there a little better. It's fine. Ooh, crap. I think I broke it loose. I did break it loose. That's the other thing, you probably won't even see it with the pelvis guard or crotchal region guard. Well, that and it's like that, so. Alright, we gotta get these on. I don't know. I was worried about this part because they're used to being way out and they're not here. I mean, I could cut. I really don't want to because I want the look of the whole thing. Oh, that'll work. Yep, that'll work. Probably gonna be a pain in the ass to put on, but maybe not. Oh, come on, dude. There we go. Again, it's all parts you probably will never even see unless you really want to take the model apart, and I mean, who's going to do that, really? Probably nobody. Probably not even me. Come on, get on there. Okay. Not exactly. Hold on. I know it's going to fall apart here now. But it is what it is. I need that bottom piece to get in there. And it's fighting me for some reason. Oh, because of this collar right here, that's why. Okay. Well, we'll go with what we got. And the zip kicker should bridge the gap. Again, nothing anybody's probably going to even notice. There we go. Yep, good to go. Okay, let's put this on the crotchal region. If nobody knows what I'm talking about, it's Anchorman, if I didn't say it already. I'm just having fun with it. Okay. So.
Cathora. Be gentle, MMMM.
No way, dude. So that, I don't know if you're able to check it out. This is what we're doing. So far, we're doing well with this project. It's looking pretty good, I think. This is the hardest part right here. The rest of it's just, you know, I don't think it's going to be that big a deal.
Cathora. Looking dope.
Thanks. Alright. Let's get these leg pieces on.
Cathora. Did you check to see if the top part is to close?
The top part. Do you mean from here? Sorry.
Cathora.
Do you mean from here to here?
Of the night.
Oh no, I don't really have to at the moment because
Cathora.
this is just temporary. To get the, you know, the fact that he's not really, I mean, he's not even supposed to be touching the ground, and he's got to be right up in there. His shoulder's supposed to be up against the guy's chest. If you see that picture right there, that's basically what I'm going for. I mean, he's literally shoving his whole arm and shoulder in there. So it shouldn't, I mean, none of this is permanent, so I can easily,
Cathora.
you know, move it around.
Okay, I see it now.
So we should be good. Unless I really fuck something up. But I don't think so. Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut that down here, looks like. And I'll do it at the bottom here. Maybe. Maybe not. Not with the clippers, that's for sure. Oh, just a little further. I'm like Polly in jail slicing the onions. Or maybe it wasn't Polly. Who the hell was that in Goodfellas? What I don't want to have to do is I don't want to have to cut this, but I got a feeling I'm going to have to and just glue it back on. I'll cut here. And then we'll cut some of this. It was what I knew I needed to do first. I was hoping I could get away with it just by cutting the bottoms off, but it didn't seem like it wanted to play ball, so oh well. I mean, no one's really going to even be able to see this because of the wraparound of the shin guard, but I'm not going to leave it out. And I keep saying no one's going to see it. Of course they're not going to see it because nobody comes to my house and I have no one to play with.
Cathora. LOL.
Freaking hilarious. Do I sound suicidal? Hope not. Do I still gotta cut more out? Okay, I was able to make it work. Nope. Oh, come on. You son of a bitch. I gotta cut just a hair. There we go. I can force that. Kimber. Right. This one's not even going to reach. Did I bring any toothpicks? Yes, I did. Nah. Actually, let me look at something before I do that. This guy does not want to stay up there. Come on. Work with me. I can't wait to be able to start painting this bad boy. Okay. Well, we're definitely not going to get away with what you normally would on an Imperial Knight because of the angle of the feet. That's okay. But we're not going to use a toothpick. We are going to get a piece of sprue and take care of this problem.
Cathora. Maybe heat up the plastic with some hot water and unbend the blade a little.
Unbend the blade? What blade?
Cathora. Plate.
Oh, it doesn't go far enough back. It stops, you know, it's not a big deal. I wanted to be able to see that stuff anyway. So. It should be perfect for 2, which is what I need. Right in the middle. Okay. Cut this off. This on. Punk. God. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I want to work on the other one. bastard. Now we're going to make this round. The part that'll show anyway. At a minimum, it will give the illusion that it's round if for some reason I can't make that happen, but we should be able to make it happen. Awesome. Everybody see that? So it's a little bit thicker than that, but because of where it's going to go, I can just move the ball area. Well, I'll just sand it down a little more. That's fine. Some of you guys are probably like, all this for that little piece? Fuck that. Find some cardstock and cover that shit up. Got plenty of that around too. But that's not the goal. There we go. A lot better. I'm just hoping and praying that we've got the right measurement. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Pulled it apart too many times. not put too much on. I'm thinking about what I'm doing, but I'm not. I'm thinking like 5 steps ahead, and I'm not paying attention. And my mind is daydreaming to painting this thing, which we all know is going to be forever before I ever get to it. But it will be worth it. I was afraid I was going to be still a little too long. Son of a bitch. That's alright. That's the way it goes. Oops. I didn't think you were glued yet. I was wondering about that. Come on. Get off my damn finger. Let's see. Oh, so close. Yep. Still gotta cut some more off. Can't believe it. I mean, I can, but. You punk. It's trial and error, man. Trial and error. Alright, where's that thing? And then give me the angle that I need, which is like that. You fucking prick. To hit that again with the sandpaper, sanding twig. Yep. she is. So now we know the measurement that we need for this one. We don't have to go through all that. Nope, guess that wasn't really glued on. Very well then. This one's going that way, so seems stuck now. All right. I'm telling you, I wish I knew all these little tricks back when I was a kid putting model airplanes together. It would have been so much easier and more fun, I think. Not be frustrated all the damn time because parts weren't lining up, and I didn't have anybody to show me how to do all that stuff back then. And I, you know, didn't know the tools of the trade and all that kind of stuff, so it's been a long road, to say the least. Alright, let's try this one. I hope I didn't. Boom, look at that, right in there. Get wrecked.
Cathora. Third time's a charm.
Yeah. Right? Hey, there's no shame in my game, I can tell you that. Especially since this has been something I've wanted to do since the day I saw that cinematic, and I always wondered if I'd ever get a chance to do it. I will say it'll be the very first real diorama of Warhammer models that I've ever done. But it'll be, well, I mean, yeah, real diorama, because I did like a Lictor on some terrain stuff, but nothing like this. Of course, that was a long time ago. And now I've stripped that model since, so it doesn't even matter.
Cathora. Just gotta wait to play that Eldar player.
Well, I have Eldar Army. Play myself, I guess. Play with myself? That's horrible. I don't even know if anybody, if I was to run into anybody around here, if they would even bother playing with against knights or anything like that. And I, you know, I would never, honestly, I would never field, unless it was a specific scenario, I would never field knights against somebody. Just, you know, I'm not into the whole pay to win stuff, if that makes sense. Alright, so that looks like everything. Oh, I lied. It's sitting right there in front of me. Freaking weirdo. Okay, why does that, why did I have to cut that one? Or did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we need to come down. I got you. It's the angle of that foot, that's why. And of course you didn't cut straight. One of the coolest things I ever learned about the Eldar was that Robin Williams played them. Like, that was his favorite army, which makes sense. I never met the guy, but
Cathora. Didn't know he played 40K.
yeah, I never met him, but I met some when I was in California, stationed out there. I met somebody who did play with him. And then it came out, like, I don't know, you could probably look it up online. I think he played more than just Eldar, but Eldar was like his favorite or something. I think there's even a picture out there, if I recall. They said he was pretty cool. They also said that when they played with him, like, 3/4 of the store had no idea who he was, because they were all too young. Which probably worked out for the best, because, I mean, he was probably there to play the game, not sign autographs. But from what I understand, he was a pretty cool dude. I always enjoyed his movies, that's for sure. Come on, don't tell me I gotta cut more. Bastard. I could cut off the bottom, I guess, but I really don't want to. Yeah. Oh, let me look at that. Yeah. That's what I did on the other one anyway. Seemed like that helped much. Nope, that's all right. I figured something was gonna give, and it would be the weakest part. Yeah, I figured I would do this rather than just put another Wraithknight together, and that would break up the monotony. I mean, yeah, technically I'm putting another one together, but I have this fourth one over here, and this would break up the monotony of just putting that together over and over. It's going to be interesting when you put the Revenant Titan together, sitting over there in the water, just soaking away. for like a week. See, every time I put it in there, I gotta cut more off. What the hell? Right there, too. There you go. Alright. Alright, cool. Looks good. Awesome. Alright. Now we just need to do the shit on the front. Put these on, and the legs should be done. Where are these little bastards? There they are. I hate these things. I don't ever want to go on right. The instruction booklet is horrible. As per, oh, I forgot we got the thigh plates too. What is that? We're gonna fucking do that. Alright. This is the part that's the bane of my existence. And I'm already putting it on wrong. Shit. The reason that they're the bane of my existence is even when you put them in correctly, the plate doesn't always line up. It's like the worst casting or something they've ever done. Or they don't go in like that one. but thankfully we have Zip Kicker to get us through it. Alright, let me grab this other plate. Yeah, a lot of folks think that in 40K, and at least the newer people, I'll say, think that Henry Cavill is the first, you know, actor or whatever to play for, you know, Warhammer 40,000. That's not true at all. I'm trying to remember. There's a couple more out there, but I can't remember. I don't follow Hollywood that much anymore. Not that I really follow them, but there's a couple more out there to play. They just kind of keep it a secret because they're scared. They're scared for some stupid reason. People worry too much about what other people think about them. Let's see here. Oh, knee plates and thigh plates. I was a tad bit worried about this knee, but we'll make it work. What sucks is you're not going to see this at all, hardly. I will still do it justice. Yeah, of course you don't want to line up. Punk. Nothing ever wants to line up like it should. It's like right there. We'll just blanket the area with napalm, scorched earth. Might help if I had it turned the right way, huh? Come back later once the residue and stuff is kind of dried, and I'll add some glue to it. May not need to, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at, but there's these holes, if you will, that everything's supposed to line up on, and that's what I'm trying to get to. Get those prongs in the hole. Got the one in there, but I think I got it. Yeah. I'm gonna drop a little bit more glue in there first, though. Then we'll hit it with some zip kicker. All right. Awesome. Okay, knee pads, or whatever, knee guards. Because I'm impatient right now, because it's almost midnight. This is going to be a challenge for sure. It's just going to look a little weird is all. Well, I mean, no one's going to notice that. Not the way that I had that ankle. I mean that knee. It's just gonna look like this knight was committed. Which he was. He's like, you killed my buddy? Fuck you. Alright, now we gotta get the thigh pieces. Quadriceps. Oh, it's deep burn. Deep burn. I've already done like 1,000. Okay. I was worried about these. I don't know if I can get that on there. Sit a little lower because of those. Well, maybe not. Get it in there. Call it reactive armor. It moves around. Shit. Okay. Yeah. Bitch. Just gonna have to put it over top of it like that. I mean, again, no one's gonna see it. I'll know it's there, but oh well. Come on. Get in the position I want you to be. Man, you're being an ass. There we go. Alright. So now we have the legs of a flying Imperial Knight. Only thing we gotta do, go back, fill this in with green stuff, fill all these in with green stuff, and do the little, lines to make it look like it's, the boots, if you will, for each thing. Do the same thing here. Although, if we do that smoke, you won't even be able to see that. I don't know that I'm going to do that though. I think it covers up too much of the model. But we've come a long way with that. Alright, so now let's go back to this guy. And let's get the rest of him done. His lower portion. This is going to look amazing. I honestly didn't think I'd be this far along this quick. It's probably because I'm having fun. Even if it doesn't sound like it. I could stop hitting the camera, that'd be great. And dropping stuff. It's amazing. I have I have boxes underneath my desk, and there's this one hole that no matter how things fall off the desk, it always find their way in there. If I could win the lottery, like getting in that hole, man, I'd be a rich son of a bitch, let me tell you. Hell, anybody would. The odds would be just awesome. And I can't explain it. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. You're doing this kind of work, if you're new to the channel and you haven't heard me say it before, I say it all the time. Dull blade, guys, dull blade. That way you don't cut more off than you wanted to. Don't throw your dull blades out. Keep them for stuff like this. I'll be honest, I very rarely use a sharp blade. Never really need one. Maybe for like if I did a decal or something like that, which is very rare. Or I've got something serious that I gotta cut through, but it's too small for the saw. But again, that's very rare. Dull blade.
Well, I've heard Eldar are tasty.
Yeah, that's what I hear too, like chicken. What's funny to me is when I get newer folks to the channel and they see what I'm doing, they think that that's my primary army, and they don't realize
Well,
that I play everything.
That's at least what my flesh hounds are telling me, winking
Right on.
and laughing.
Right on. Yep. Now I play every army. Well, every army but the Voltan, because I don't, or Votan, because I don't have them. And I'm not sure I ever will.
Well, every army? Jeez, dude.
You need to go back and, like on YouTube, if you've ever have time, and check out my very first video. And you will see what this is all about. It's me putting together all of the models that I've bought since I got in the hobby, because I was in the military and I just didn't have time to do stuff being deployed. But I continued to buy whenever there was something good, you know, out. And I have thousands of miniatures. Now, you'll see what it's like beforehand. I'm going to do an update video soon. As far as the armies put together, let's see. I mean, I say armies put together, they're all put together. It's just
Well,
I've got odds and
I'm
ends that need to
struggling
be
with
put
my
together.
first 600 points XD.
600 points, man. I don't even know what that's like anymore. And I'm not saying that as a bragging point. Trust me, if you saw what I had, you'd be like, dude, you're never going to get that done. You're going to die before that happens.
Well, hey, I'm a noob bro, winking and laughing.
I hear you. Yeah, you gotta check it out. It's crazy. Got all kinds of videos, Titan videos, everything. Stuff that I've been meaning to do for years. Now all we got left is to put the new Necrons together and add them to my old Necrons after I get done with the Eldar. Well, these 4 Wraithknights and that Titan, Eldar Titan. Of course, this is, you know, going with it, the Imperial Knight attacking this Wraithknight. And then I have Tyranids and Gene Stealer Cult to put together with the rest of my Tyranids. And then we have somewhere in the ballpark, I think, of 2,000 Space Marines, not including Primaris, that need to be put together. But we've already put together our Black Templars, Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Space Wolves. The Dark Angels are Dark Angels, Deathwing, and Ravenwing, with a ton of bikes. A few land speeders and stuff. Grey Knights, Deathwatch, Custodes.
The only ones I'm interested in are Chaos Demons, Siege, and Gurnet most.
Yeah, I've got one of every army for Chaos. I've got my Death Guard, Khorne, Slaanesh, Tzeentch, but I've got Iron Warriors and Black Legion as well. They're not massive armies, but they're huge in points. Now my Death Guard army, that thing is probably the biggest Chaos army I possess. That thing is massive. It's got a freaking crazy Titan. It's got, I don't even know how many. Basically what I did was, and not to build the army, I just wanted the models. I bought, it's either 13 or 15, I can't remember, boxes of the Dark Imperium box set. So
Chaos is order, in chaos lies truth. Laughing face.
This is true. And then I bought extra stuff because I wasn't sure if I was going to have what I needed in those box sets for my Death Guard. So that'll tell you how many Primaris and Death Guard Marines I have just in that alone. Alright, let's put this on. Wouldn't that be something if I put the legs too close? Thankfully I didn't. And I apologize, I would put a schedule up, guys, for when I would be online, but with little ones and stuff in school, I can't really do that to guarantee it. But what I do actually do is I usually post up or schedule it like where it posts on YouTube and Twitch 2 hours prior. If I'm able to do it longer than that, I usually will, but usually I'm about 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the US. Oh my god, what am I doing? That's the wrong thing. Wait, is it? Hold on. What the hell's going on here? No, that's correct. What the hell's wrong with me? So yeah, I'll put that up.
Cathora. LOL. Wallet.
It's late,
Butt
man.
plate. Laughing face.
The butt plate. Look, I'm old. It's late. It's what it is. And unlike some people, when I put my miniatures together, I'm trying to plan ahead for me painting, getting the paintbrush in there and all that kind of stuff. So.
Wallet. Better be safe before Slaanesh sees your unplayed butt. Happy face.
Yep. Well, the amount of female demons that I have as demon princes, I'm already in trouble. The ones that don't have breastplates. Thankfully, my wife doesn't care. But she knew what she was getting into when we met. Well, she saw what I had put together and saw on the display case.
What? No bikini armor?
Heck
We
no,
made him
man.
laughing.
Straight boobs. Just bikini armor's too hot. It's too warm. I guess would be the better word to use in that context.
Wallet. I guess I need to start a Slaanesh army XD.
Well, if you do, see, there's models I don't like in that army, like the Keeper of Secrets and stuff. Is it called the Keeper of Secrets? That sounds like the Zinch.
Wallet.
Whatever the.
Oops for the boot god.
Exactly. The one that's got like 4 arms and it's male and female or whatever. I don't like the face and everything. It looks stupid. So I bought the models I bought are proxy ones from Creature Caster. Dude, they make amazing models. I mean, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. Just thought I'd share. Like, the price of their models is worth it versus, say, Games Workshop. And this is coming from a guy who's given Games Workshop probably a couple, like $10,000 or $20,000 worth of my money.
Keeper
over
of
the years.
Secrets it is indeed. The Tsinch one is a Lord of Burb, the Burb of Change.
Okay, yeah. I get the Lord of Change and oh god, what is he called? I'm sorry, not Lord of Change. The Keeper of Secrets name and the what's the 2-headed one? Not the Lord of Change, but the he's a 2-headed one. For some reason, he's less powerful. Yeah, that's it.
Hero's Fate Weaver.
Yeah, for some reason, he's less powerful, which makes no sense to me. Another stupid Games Workshop, whatever. Okay, so that's all done. Put this guy back on here just so we can get a look-see.
Cathora. I got a Death Guard army Oswell. ATM I have 25 Terminators, 47 Plague Marines, 80 Poxwalkers, 6 Death Shroud, all the characters, 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, 3 Flyers, 3 Fast Guys. And the Furnace. Working on 5 more Terminators and 14 Plague Marines.
I have...
NA he's more powerful in late game cause he gets more +1 to caster every turn.
Oh, it's not that. It's when I opened up the box, the instructions, like for the data sheet, showed, you know, it was ridiculous. My Death Guard, let's see. I don't have near the Terminators you have. But I have... God, how many Plague Marines? Let me think about that here. It's like 100 and something Plague Marines.
Cathora. Love how all the Plague Marine weapons are free now.
Oh, are they? Interesting.
Cathora. I've never said all 25 in a match before.
Let's see, I've got... Yeah, I've only got like maybe 10 Terminators, but I've got like 100 and something Plague Marines, 240 Poxwalkers. I don't even know how many Bloat Drones. Well, I guess there would be 15 of them. I've got all the characters. Land Raider, 2 Rhinos, 2 Defilers, or Decimators, however you want to be, but they're made into Scorpions. I took the Glockkin from Fantasy, which I have as well, that can serve as a Chaos Knight for Nurgle. I cut his feet and then extended his legs, made him a little bit taller. All that's on my YouTube channel. But and then we've got the Warhound Titan that goes with it as well. We've got Mortarion, a Demon Prince, Great Unclean One. Yeah, I can't remember it all. It's huge though.
Gotta make sure get those weapon options. BC Plague Marines are 19 points free weapon upgrades.
That's crazy. That's crazy. My wife doesn't, when she did play with me, she didn't like playing Necrons because they got up. She definitely wouldn't like playing them now. I'm gonna watch this, I don't know if you guys want to watch it with me, but I'm gonna watch this cinematic again real quick.
In darkness, I shall be light. In times of doubt,
I didn't like how they made the
I
Marines
shall
look.
keep faith.
But it's still a pretty cool cinematic.
In throes of rage, I shall hone my craft. In vengeance, I shall have no mercy. In the midst of battle, I shall have no fear. In the face of death, I shall have no remorse.
It's a badass trailer. I don't care who you are. Just sucks that the game wasn't any good.
Cathora. Too bad the game W asked.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Right on. Alright, well, that is a huge part of where we needed to be. So, let's see here. Yeah, he's gonna need to be up here floating around, so we'll put a rod somewhere here.
Wallet. Dislike the cinematic. There no corn.
Yeah, the game really did suck. I ain't gonna lie. I have it still, but I don't play it at all. I play the original one with the oh god, what's it called? No, not unification. Is it unification mod? Yeah, unification mod. Let's see. I don't think I'm missing anything else on here.
Wallet. Corn for the cornflakes.
Corn on the cob. Oh, dude. So I take it you guys have never heard of like the Generals battle that I played for 4 days in a row, no sleep, or Generals Challenge back in the 90s. It was like the best game I ever played. Well,
Cathora. No.
so this is 99, I believe. I'm new into Warhammer, basically. Been playing maybe 6 months or something like that. They started this gaming club. Well, I say 6 months, maybe 8 months. And there was this gaming club that got, they wanted to get started down at an Air Force base. I was in the Marine Corps. And a bunch of us were playing with each other already. And I just had, basically Space Marines or whatever from the 3rd edition box set. I think I'd bought a couple box sets or something like that. I don't remember. And they put together a whole charter, made this club, etc. And we started running tournament stuff. Well, some of these guys were like old 2nd edition players. All you ever heard was, oh man, back in 2nd edition I had this one guy, he could wipe out your whole army just himself. And I always thought to myself, well, what the hell fun would that be, But I never said anything. Well, that was back when the internet was young and, started learning websites and all this kind of stuff, how to build them and stuff. So we made a website, or I made the website, and for 4 months, everybody had a chance to we were going to do this Generals battle, or Generals Challenge. A 48-hour pass was coming up. I'm sorry, 96-hour pass was coming up for all of us for a holiday. And we decided that 8 people on each side, and we had a table that was 8 foot wide by 16 foot long. That it would be, 18 people, or sorry, 8, God, I can't even speak right now, 8 people on each side. And so for 4 months, everybody had all the time in the world to plan their army out, and they already knew which side they were on. And we would post, their stuff up on the internet, for everybody to look at and all that kind of stuff. And it was basically going to be chaos with an ally of orcs, which is not uncommon, or in the lore it's happened before, and against Imperium, Space Marines and Imperial Guard. And I had the only Imperial Guard army actually at this time, because I had just bought them, I think maybe a month prior, Armageddon Steel Legion, when that came out. And the reason I bought them is people said nobody can win with Guard. Guard can't win. Shouldn't have told me that. Well, anyway, we all show up, Oh, we had also said, this is the most important part. We had also said that if you could find rules for any unit out there, didn't matter how old it was, Rogue Trader, 2nd edition, whatever, you could use it. Well, the Orc player decided he was going to pour all his points into building an Orc Gargant, and it was horrible looking. This thing was just basically stereo foam blocks that he put together with wooden dowels and toothpicks. It was horrible. And we had a Khorne army, Black Legion armies, like multiple of them. Actually, yeah, there was only one Black Legion army. I'm sorry, one Khorne army. And then the other guy, this guy Rob, I'm never going to forget his name, he's a freaking moron. This idiot shows up with Gene Stealers. And it's like, what the hell are you doing? Oh, well, I just thought it would be funny, knowing we couldn't, we weren't going to say no because that was the only models he brought. So totally broke the lore thing on it, broke the narrative, whatever, and everybody was pissed off. Well, I think I'd only played Guard a couple of times, and but I hadn't lost with them. And they were small battles, like 500, maybe 1,000 points. But this time you could bring up to 2,500 points apiece. So there's 8 people on each side, right? Well, the rules were you couldn't leave the table unless you had to go to the restroom, and you only had 5 minutes to do so. All food had to be ordered and brought to the room, and you weren't allowed to leave. So like the wives got together and stuff, and some of them went somewhere to one of the resort things they had. The Air Force had. They have everything like that. And the other ones went home. But you couldn't leave, so you weren't allowed to have a car there or anything like that. General's challenge, you can't go to sleep.
Chip and Dale.
Yeah. There's no Chip and Dales in Okinawa, Japan. But, yeah, no sleeping. That was the main thing. You could not go to sleep. You couldn't take a nap, nothing. You had to be in the game. The one thing we never considered was what would happen if someone was wiped out. I guess because we figured it was going to take 4 days for this game, for anyone to really get wiped out. And if you can picture this in your head, this battlefield, 8 foot wide by 16 foot. At one end of the table was a fortress, if you will. The other end was all open terrain, but there were 2 or 3, I forget how many, bunker sets that were there that had turrets that had battle cannons on them, as well as the fortress as well. So if you were able to secure those and hold them for one turn, then you could use those. And they were well within range of the, of each other. And then I think one of them was in range of the fortress. And I believe somebody agreed to giving them an extended amount of range, but it wasn't, that crazy. And I can't remember how far Lehman Russ battle tanks did shoot back then. I want to say 72 inches or something, but I don't think that's right. Or 60 inches. I don't know. Well, anyway, everybody's pissed off about the Gene Stealer thing, but we're getting over it. And so they roll, and our side gets to go first. Well, that's when my team breaks it to me that everybody has Space Marines. I mean, not Space Marines, that everybody's Space Marines were in reserve. Everybody was deep striking. So I'm on the table alone. And I'm like, holy shit. And I mean, mind you, I've got to take the fortress, or we're going to take the fortress. They don't need to come out. But if they did, that was going to be, it'd be a long way for them to get to me. But with the Orc Gargant, with his weapons and all this stuff, I'm just guard, right? Well, the only thing I had that could even reach that far at the other end of the table were my Hunter Killer missiles. And because back then they were unlimited range. I think they're 48 now, 48 inches. And, one shot per battle, but unlimited range. And I had them on every vehicle I had, including my Sentinels. But, it's just a strength 8 weapon, whatever. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, and back then, and it might be the same now, Sentinels could have a free move. So that was something that helped me out just a little bit to get some guys in better cover and stuff because of how the terrain was. It was hard to set my stuff up. And I had him 1 Basilisk and a couple tanks and stuff, but nothing crazy, right? Well, we get the turn, or it's our turn, and I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll shoot at the Gargant.
Red. Good morning.
Good morning. So I figured, well, fuck it, I'll just shoot this Hunter Killer missile from this Sentinel for the hell of it, use the range up, right, at that Gargant. So I moved the Sentinel out, and friggin' rolled a hit, and wouldn't you know it, I got a fucking 6, and I think you needed 5s or better. Well, Hunter Killer missile hits the Gargant. In my mind, it shouldn't miss anyway. The thing was so massive. But it hits, and it's got void shields and all this other crap. Well, we didn't know anything. No one had ever fought a Titan before of any type. So we didn't know anything about this. Well, the president of the club, I was a vice president, starts looking at the guy's rules. And he's like, okay, so explain this to us. And he goes, well, okay, it hit, big deal, but you got to roll on this chart to see if it takes out a void shield or whatever it does. And so I roll, and I get another 6. Takes out a void shield, and you have to roll again. Rolled again, 3 more times straight 6s. It's crazy. And not the same die, by the way. Took all the void shields down, and on the last one when I rolled for that 6, it penetrated or did whatever it did and caused some catastrophic explosion or something like that. And now the Gargant didn't blow up. I had to roll for that, and I only got like a 4 or 5, but it toppled over. And it said in the rules that whatever the footprint would be of the thing falling over, any models underneath it are crushed and with no armor save, not even invulnerable saves. Well, it falls. We roll the scatter dice and it falls. This guy, Matthew is his name. He's a weirdo anyway, but I felt bad for him. His entire Khorne army was underneath that thing, along with the rest of the orcs. Wiped them all out. One little 15-point hunter killer missile killed 2 armies. I couldn't believe it. But that being said, they wanted to remove the Titan, and I told them no, leave that thing there. So it became this giant drink coaster and obstacle. We rolled on it, of course, but then I think the second turn, all of a sudden, you know, mostly Black Templar Marines were dropping in left and right. They were getting slaughtered by the Gene Stealers and the other Chaos Marines and stuff like that. It was just horrible. But that guy Matthew and the other guy, whatever his name was, that had the orcs, they had to sit there for 4 days, and there was nothing they could do because they were wiped out. And I mean, they helped with, you know, rules Naziing and stuff like that, if you will. But at the end of the whole thing, I barely made it inside of the fortress, but I won. And I had, I think, 1 Chimera left, 2 squads of Steel Legion Guard, and 1 Sentinel, if I'm not mistaken. And it was crazy. And I mean, I'll never forget that game as long as I live. I'm sure it'll get embellished over time as I get older, you know. But it was freaking awesome. Well, with that, guys, I am going to call it a night. So, hopefully I will see all of you again. Please don't forget to follow me or like, share, subscribe, all that. And,
my name is Red. I don't like the new guard models.
I don't either. I'm not gonna buy them. I mean, they totally just don't even fit in with everything else. So
I won a Warbringer Titan for $24 raffle.
What? Are you kidding me? Holy shit! Is it an Adeptus Titanicus one, or is it a real one?
Cathora. Nova Charity.
Ah.
Cathora. Real one.
Wow. Congratulations, no shit. I've got 2 Warlord Titans, but they're not Forge World ones.
Even came with the case.
For $24. Wow. That is some luck right there, man. Dude, you should turn that thing around and paint it up nice. And
best 24 investment ever.
Yep. You better go buy a lottery ticket with that luck.
It came painted.
Oh, damn. Damn. Well, guys, I'm going to call it a night. And I hope I see you guys again. I'll probably be on tomorrow night. But just check out, you know, my YouTube channel and see when I'm posting stuff or whatever. And
Cathora.
appreciate it.
Nightman.
Take care, guys.